Good afternoon, guys. Real quick, for those of you who'd like to boost your immune system, go to Alaska Chaga, click on that link, find out why millions of people drink Chaga tea every day. You get 10% off and free freight for being from the channel. And for those of you who would like to help our veterans, go to Hero Soap Company. They make great all-natural soap products. They're owned by vets, and they give part of their profits to veterans down on their luck. And then if you'd like to learn more about CBD oil and its health benefits, go to martinbrodellcbd.com. Let's go ahead and by the way, you can go online and just, research it. There's a lot of health benefits to it. So let's start with Zero Hedge here. 350 billion COVID bailout to states, cities, and counties. And here are some of the biggest winners and losers. As it says here, this week the U.S. House passed along party lines a $1.9 trillion American Rescue Plan Act of 2021. And it's probably more a plan to help and aid overseas, who will in turn give money back to the Democrats. That's how it works. That's how it's worked for umpteen years. It's all those kickbacks that help keep the Democrat Party going as strong as it is. It says a vote in the U.S. Senate is expected soon. Buried within the 591-page bill is a $350 billion bailout for 50 states, tribal governments, U.S. territories, and more than 30,000 cities and counties. Our auditors at openthebooks.com finally located the $350 billion allocation line by line in a supplemental database hidden on the back end of the House Oversight Committee website. We mapped the data to each of the 50 states. Congress earmarked your hometown to receive from the COVID relief bill. Once again, go to Zero Hedge and you'll find this article. And by states, Pelosi's House Democrats changed the allocation formula from being based on population to the unemployment rate. This change caused 23 states to gain $31.9 billion and 27 states to lose that funding. The four biggest winners were Democrat strongholds: California, which reaped an extra $6.7 billion, New York $6 billion, Illinois $2.1 billion, and New Jersey $2 billion increase. And overall, California, Pelosi's home state, was allocated the most money, $42.3 billion. Are we surprised? No, of course not. And the biggest losers were Florida, minus $2.3 billion, Vermont, minus $2.1, Wyoming, minus $2 billion. And so, yes, they made sure that the Democrat states and cities, that they were well funded, to say the least. Let's move on to Biden slams Neanderthal thinking. Republicans over Texas, Mississippi COVID policy. And what we see happening right now is the conservative states are fighting back, and they're fighting quickly. And then of course we see the Biden administration hurrying up to destroy the country. Basically, that's about what it amounts to. And then Dr. Seuss has 9 of the top 10 Amazon best-selling books. And in other words, basically what they've done is they made it from not a big deal to a really big deal. That's what they've done. FBI counterterrorism official: no firearms recovered during January 6th Capitol breach. If that was a planned armed insurrection, you really have a bunch of idiots, is what they say. Well, you do have a bunch of idiots. It's the Democrats. Absolutely. And as we're going to find out more and more as time goes along here, that the Democrat Party is going to crash in on itself. Let's see here. Got wood. ARKK crashes into bear market. We'll see a number of things that crash into the bear market. Amazon set to carry many NFL games exclusively on Prime Video. And when it comes to Jeff Bezos and Amazon, it's going to be very interesting down the road to see what happens with all that. Let's see here. Stocks and bonds hammered as Hindenburg omen strikes. Embarrassed Cuomo says, "I'm very sorry, but I'm not resigning." No, I didn't expect him to. Um, he's made deals. You bet. They need a scapegoat. The Democrats need somebody big that they can say, "See here, see, we're coming down on them," but they're really not really. I think they're going to try to hide him. I think they're going to try to keep him safe from the nursing home scandal, just as they will with Whitmer. They can't afford to let these people really go down, but in time, when everything gets right again, that these people are they'll be going to prison for a very long time, maybe forever. We are witnessing a last minute mass exodus before the final collapse of our major cities. People have had enough. They see the violence. They're tired of it. They're out of there, and they're Democrat-controlled bastions, and they're tired of the Democrat control. Let's see here, and then how high could inflation soar in the coming months? It could go pretty high. I believe they're going to allow these Democrats to show people just how bad things would really be. And we already know, we conservatives, we know how bad things could be, but it's the other people that need to. And remember, the other part, that 10% of the far left or 12%, whatever they are, I mean, keep in mind, that's 30 to 40 million people. That's a lot of people still. They're not all going to wake up, I know that, but anyway, be it as it is. And then SpaceX aborts first Starship test flight, prepares for another flight attempt. Myanmar, security forces filmed shooting into anti-coup group crowds, 33 protesters dead. Anti-coup activists are also alleging instances of summary executions happening in the streets. Kaepernick backed social justice SPAC disappoints in public debut. Shares of the blank check firm, which boasts of a board made up of entirely of black, indigenous, and people of color, were flat at $10.01 on anemic volumes. So much for the social justice thing. California City bans new gas stations, says no more pumps. Wow. Yeah, that'll put some stress on those that exist. And those that are existing, believe me, they don't mind. That's all the more business for them. It says this is not a matter of accepting science, as the climate fearmongers say. Let's see here. NASDAQ crashes through critical resistance, gives up March gains. Trump eyes 2024 run without Mike Pence. Actually, I think he'll be back a whole lot sooner. This is unsustainable. 2021 SPAC issuance will surpass entire 2020 total before the end of March. Beige Book escalates inflation warning. Sees most prices rising moderately, some notably. COVID relief showers states with 600% of lost tax revenues, turning rescue into stimulus. Senate lowers cutoff for COVID stimulus checks to 80,000. Anyway, that is all for there. I want to thank all of you once again for your support and well wishes. Thank you so much. And yeah, I had a short nap, and yeah, I had no sleep last night, boy, and just not so much from pain. You ever had one of those nights where your eyes are just like wide open, and your mind won't stop? That's what happened to me last night. I mean, I just tossed and turned. I thought for sure Brenda was going to get so mad at me, he was going to go, bam, stop. Couldn't have blamed her if she did, but she didn't. Anyway, that's all for now. God bless y'all and have a good day. Bye-bye, guys.